This one decision helped me bring in an extra $611,000 in the last 12 months into my business. And so in this video, I'll show you exactly what I did to do this without having to pay anything, so zero in advertising costs to bring this revenue into the business. Because quite frankly, this is a missing trick that so many business owners fail to implement, and it's preventing them from bringing in the revenue that they're actually capable of. You're leaving a ton of money on the table if you're not doing this. So let me jump in. I'll show you exactly what I'm doing to bring this extra revenue into the business without having to pay anything in advertising costs. So here's my screen. This is my Hyros account. Now, Hyros is simply a tracking tool that you can use to help track your advertising efforts inside of your business. It tracks organic, paid advertising, everything. And so it gives you a real clear idea of what actions are generating you revenue, so you can track it down to the dot. So you can see here, total revenue, 611,582. You can see the timestamp date range, 16th of the 5th, so 16th of May 2024 to the 15th of May 2025. And you can see I've put traffic sources here, email. So this is everything that's came via email. And you can see the performance report up there. And so you know this is my account. You can see top right, Elliot Phillips, the teacher project, okay? And how did I do it? Well, quite simply, what I'm doing is I'm actually following up with my leads. And so what I'll show you inside of this video is exactly what a typical funnel looks like to first get leads. And of course, you might pay for those leads with advertising money, right, to bring leads in. You might do it organically, meaning posting on social media, but you're collecting these leads data, so name, email, phone number. And then if you fail to follow up with these leads consistently, you're leaving a ton of money on the table. So I'm going to show you my 10 best email templates to follow up with my leads, book sales calls, so that you can implement this inside of your own business to grow it and bring in additional revenue. And so if you think about it, I think of leads as buying seeds, right? So if you're advertising, you're buying a seed, which is a lead. When somebody gives you a name, email, phone number, that means you can contact this lead and follow up with them. Now, a small proportion of those leads are going to book into your calendar and they're going to buy right away. Now, actually, marketing data shows only 2 to 5% of people buy right away. Okay, and you might have heard of the marketing rule of 7, where people need, on average, 7 touch points in order to become a client, right? So if all you are doing is advertising by running Facebook ads or posting on social media, and you get someone's contact details, and they only hear from you in the first few days that you get those contact details, and then you give up, that's the reason why your business isn't growing very quickly. Okay, so if you look on this sheet here, this page, here's what a typical funnel might look like. So let's say that you run a Facebook ad or an Instagram ad, and you might collect name, email, phone number in a simple form on Facebook. It might be in a messenger conversation. It might be on an opt-in page on your website. And then your goal is to, of course, get someone to schedule a meeting. Now, a proportion of those people will schedule a meeting with you, and then you'll speak to these clients on Zoom and you'll enroll them as a client, right? As a student. Now, before that Zoom call, or phone call, what we would generally recommend is you send them some homework to build value and trust. Because if you think about it this way, you are taking someone from being a complete stranger, right, over here on Facebook and Instagram, if you're looking to grow your business. And I'm not talking referrals, because referrals have already made a buying decision, right? They've already been told that you're a great teacher or you're a great mentor. And so they've already made a buying decision. They're pretty much just going to enroll unless you really mess up the sales process, okay? So if you're taking a stranger who's only just seen you on social media and trying to turn them into a paid client, you're going to need to implement a whole host of other different touch points, right? To turn them from cold to warm to I want to buy and pay you. Okay, so as I said, a small proportion of these people will go all the way through your funnel. Okay, so to your opt-in page, book onto your calendar, Zoom call, client, right? Now, if you look at this diagram here, once you collect people's data, you can then start to email them. You can call them up. So you can call your leads up. You can SMS them. Some people might even build a Facebook group and nurture their leads inside of their Facebook group. The only thing is most people just don't bother with this bit down here. Okay. And so all of those leads, so going back to what I said, seeds that you've collected, you're failing to water them. Right. And that's where the follow-up process comes in place. So because you're failing to water your leads, they never grow. And if you think about a plant, let's say I planted, some nice flowers, seeds in my back garden, and I never went outside and I never watered them, they're just not going to grow, right? And that's why people's businesses don't grow, because they don't water the seeds, the leads. Once you've got them, you don't follow up, okay? You're just expecting everybody to book in a call and enroll with you, and then you complain about how your business isn't growing. So what I'll do inside of this video, I'll walk you through some of my best emails that I use on a consistent basis, what I've given to my clients as well, who are online tutors, enrolling students for online tutoring, and how they book more sales calls and grow their businesses. Okay, for example, clients like Tara, who went from classroom teacher, to six-figure business owner in a matter of months. Evan brought in an additional 6 figures alongside of his classroom job. Dalton even scaled to 7 figures in just 10 months. Okay, so let's have a look what it is. I'm sending my clients or my prospects to book more sales calls and the same type of stuff that my clients, so online tutors, are using to book more private tutoring students. And you'll see exactly how my business brought in an additional $611,000 in the past 12 months without having to pay anything extra in additional advertising costs compared to what we're already paying on a daily or monthly basis. Okay, because I've got these seats, I might as well follow up with them for free to help them grow into a client. So here's my best email swipes to book calls, and I'll walk you through right now. So the first email is what I call the call opportunity email. And so we'll generally use this once a month or perhaps once a quarter. And what we'll do here, we'll just simply say, hey, I've got a really cool opportunity for you. That will be the subject line. Okay. And I send this to my entire email list and says, hey, I've got really cool opportunity. And what I'll do here, I'll add a season to it. So I'll make it kind of relative. So for example, this says the summer, whereas if it was in January, I might put for this new year, and so I'll just talk about it that it's a cool opportunity because people like new things, and I'll just add a slight new theme to it. Okay. And so then all I say is like, hey, here's what I'm going to be doing. Here's a new initiative that I'm going to be running. And I'll just promote something inside of what we're doing with our clients. Okay. And I create a little bit of curiosity. I say I can't guarantee how much longer any spots will be open, but I can tell you this: if you want next year to look any different than the last one, and you can see an opportunity, book your spot here. And I send them to my sales team's calendar and they book a call. And if it makes sense, of course, we enroll this person as a client. And this is exactly what the teachers that I work with are using to book online tutoring students. And I'll actually show you, if you keep watching, I'll show you a way that you can use this inside of your own business as well. Okay, so you can take a snapshot of it, but that's something that we use. So that's the best email that we generally find books a ton of calls, has booked a ton of calls and made a ton of sales for my clients as well. Number 2 is the reminder email. So either 2 days or 3 days after we've sent that call opportunity email, we simply just send it again. And the reason why we do this is because we know that email crushes, right? It generates a ton of book calls, ton of money. And so we send it again. And so all we do is we put RE, call opportunity. The reason why we put that is people are generally going to open emails that say RE because they think they're already in the reply thread, so that you get a ton of opens. And then all we say is, hey, I'm just forwarding this call opportunity email that I sent out on Sunday or whatever day it was. Did you see it? Okay, and I state the offer. If you want to replace your teaching salary this summer, or if you're an online tutor helping students, for example, achieve a 1500 SAT score, if you want your team to get a 1500 SAT score and get into their dream college, click here and book in a call to speak. So just remind them of the offer. Or if you missed the email I sent out the other day, here it is. And you just put the email that you sent a few days ago in the email. So it looks like you've just forwarded it on. And again, what that will do is the first email does really well, but then this email is just a reminder to generate more booked calls and therefore make more sales. Okay,
guys, quick interrupt. I hope you're enjoying the video, but I wanted to make sure you picked up your copy of Teaching on Your Own Terms. It's my best-selling book, and it shares with you the exact 5 steps that I've used with over 2,000 teachers at this point, helping them build their dream online teaching businesses. It went to bestseller in 7 categories. It's been featured by NASDAQ in Times Square, New York City. And I know you're gonna love it. Inside of the book, you're gonna learn things like how to position yourself as the go-to tutor in the marketplace and the offer that you can create to get your ideal students reaching out and how to communicate that. I'll share with you what I've seen as the best advertising strategies to get in front of new students and parents who want what you've got, how to sell your services, and everything you actually need to include in an online group tutoring business to make sure your students crush it and get great results. There's some free gifts and bonuses in there. I think in the first couple of pages, there's a link. You can go and grab some free gifts on me. But I know you're going to love it. Teaching on Your Own Terms. I'll leave a link down below in the comments and go and pick up your copy today.
Email number 3, we just call this the direct CTA email. CTA meaning call to action. So just very direct, straight to the point. Here's my offer. Here's how I can help you. And subject line, attention teachers, launch your group class this summer. Want a surefire way to boost your teaching income and impact summer? In the next 90 days, I'm going to help you launch your own online tutoring business so you can teach your dream students, finally get paid what you deserve. And I've only got space to speak to 10 new teachers this week, and you can change this based on your sales team's availability or whatever. Click here to see a full breakdown of how this works. And we'll add a link there to a video, and people will then book in a call with us. Okay, it's very simple. And again, our clients just model this for their own offer. Next one is a great one. It's quick question. Quick question, if I was to show you how to, so let's imagine, again, your offer is to help students achieve 1500 on the SAT. If I was to show you how I could help your team score a 1500 SAT score in the next 12 weeks and show them exactly what it takes to get into their dream college and gain scholarships, would you be interested? If so, click here, right? And then you just send them to your calendar. Maybe you've got a video of a breakdown of what that looks like. The link trigger email. This is a great one. Okay, so what I do is I set up an email here and I put a subject line, just an example. Here's an example for 10 teachers in March only. Hey, in March, I'm wanting to work closely with 10 teachers. I'm going to help you make a full pivot to group tutoring as little as 90 days. So again, think how you might structure that for your own business. I'm wanting to work with 10 grade 9 students over the next 90 days to help them score or help them prepare for their SAT math paper or test, right? And if they don't see an improvement in their grades, in 90 days, I'll keep teaching them for free. Something very simple. Again, you'll need to model that for your own offer. Now, if you want to see how this works, click the link here. And again, I might send them to a video, or I might just say, hey, click the link here, book in a call with me to reserve your spot, and I'll explain how it works. Okay. So what we do is we create a trigger using email automation where we create a tag, right? And so anyone who clicks this link here gets tagged. Okay. Then they go into an automation and we leave a delay on it about 30 minutes to 60 minutes. And then what will end up happening, anybody who hasn't booked a call, or if someone books a call, they'll be taken out of that automation so that they don't receive a duplicate email or a second email, okay? Because they've already booked a call, right? But anyone who clicked the link and within the next 30 to 60 minutes hasn't booked a call, we have them in an automation where they get another email. For example, your application is pending. Thanks for checking out the offer. So people are going to read this and they think, hey, how did they know? Okay, and so it's very congruent with what just happened in the buyer cycle, right? And then it's just a simple reminder. So these reminder emails, as you saw, I was using that up above with the call opportunity, and then I'm using it again down here with the link trigger. Another one that we use is simply what I call the winning advertising copy. So if you think about if you're running a Facebook ad, for example, or on Instagram, and people have seen your advert, clicked the link and became a lead, giving you their contact details, people's attention spans are just so short these days that the advertising copy spiked their interest. It was appealing to them, as they wouldn't have given you their details in the first place, right? The only issue is, as I said, people's attention span is so short that probably something came up and they forgot to book in a call with you. But if the initial ad spiked their interest, why not just show it to them again? So all we do here is we just send the ad out that we were using to advertise. And that's the email copy. Okay, very simple. Another one here is the congrats email. Okay, so I've actually put some placeholder text on this. So for example, we help online tutors get students for online tutoring. So for example, I put congratulations, you just got a new student. And so people see that as the subject line. And of course, it's what people are going to read it and they're going to open it. So you're going to get more open rates. And so the way that you frame this is, hey, once they open up the email body copy, hey, wouldn't it be fantastic if you got a ton of emails like this all the time? Well, here's what we can help you achieve. And you explain your offer. So for example, if you're an online tutor, helping those students get 1500 SAT scores, I might have an email subject line that goes, congratulations, your child or your son or daughter or your child teen just got into Harvard, right? And so parents going to read that if you're advertising to parents as an online tutor and think, wow, and they're going to open it. And then all you do is you frame it like I've got here. Hey, it's me again. Wouldn't it be fantastic if you got news like this? That's what's going to be possible for you down the line when you take me up on my offer. And you remind them of the offer. Here's how I can help you. I've worked with students for the past 5 years, helping them score 1500 SAT scores, getting into their dream colleges. Here's how it works. First we do this, next we do that, third we do this. If you'd like to get my help doing this and make sure that you're set up with the best possible chance to get an email like this in the future, click the link here and book in a call with me. Very simple. So I call this the congrats email. Of course, you need to tailor it for what it is you're doing, but very simple. I'll show you how you can do that in just a sec. The next one is the case study email. So very simple. People love case studies because they think they're going to be part of something special. So if you can run case study emails, you're going to get a lot of booked calls and make a ton of sales. Okay. So subject line, hey, want to be part of this month's case study. Right now I'm looking for 5 teachers, want to be part of my tutoring case study for June. This is a program where I help you personalize guidance, achieve this. The best part, I'm going to show you how to do it in just 10 hours. Interested? Go here and fill out the application to get booked in. Again, think about how you might frame that for your tutoring offer, okay, or business. Next one is just, hey, I'm looking for free students. Very simple. I'm looking for free students who want to achieve this result. I'll give some examples of clients as well. Again, super short and simple, straight to the point. And then also the last one, application. Okay, application, and we'll use a placeholder or a custom value to put someone's email in the subject line. Okay, and again, this one works really, really well. And it's like, hey, your application needs to be submitted. So if you're thinking about, let's say you're an online tutor and you're helping students learn to read, here's an application to help your child start reading on grade level. If you want to see your child learn to love reading, become a fluent reader, master their vocab and their comprehension in just the next 12 weeks, fill out this short application. I'm going to be taking on 5 students to help them go from struggling in reading to thriving in reading and top of the class in all of the other subjects. Plus, if you don't see an improvement in child's reading after making your application in the next 30 days, I'm going to keep teaching them for free. Okay, so using email like this is a game changer for your business. And so all we do is we rinse and repeat these emails. Okay, so there's 10 of them. We do have a few more, but this was a cheat sheet I gave to my clients. And then all they do is they take these and they use a prompt like this in ChatGPT. So they put in a prompt. Help me create a compelling email to advertise my online tutoring services and generate applications from parents and students wanting to book in a call to speak with me and enroll into my online tutoring program. I'll provide an example below for you to model. Please bear in mind emails for a different demographic. The reason why it says that is because you might be plugging in my emails, and I want you to model it and the call to action to fit the email, to fit the demographic and offer for my own services. Make sure the finished piece aligns with, and we just give a prompt like this, and then we just put at the bottom, as you can see here, here's the email to model. You give a little bit of information on your own services, my name, your company name. Our clients have what we call signature tutoring offers, which just states what it is they do for their students. Their unique learning method is simply the steps on how they help students. Give this to ChatGPT and it'll pump out an example copy for you if you use some of my templates. And you might just need to make a few adjustments here and there, but now you've got 10 emails that you can use consistently to follow up with your leads and turn those seeds into buyers. All right, so that's how I made an extra $600,000 literally by just rinse and repeating the same emails over and over and again. Obviously, we do send different emails throughout the week, but these are kind of the 10 best ones that we know that we can continue to rely on to book sales calls on our calendar and make sure we're consistently following up with our leads so that we can take someone from cold to, so when they know nothing about us, to creating desire, building trust, and making sure we're consistently following up. Because you probably heard, fortune's in the follow-up. Now, if you like that video and you're an online tutor and you'd love to learn how to build your own online tutoring business, maybe you're just getting started, maybe you're looking to grow your student base, maybe you're looking to scale. My book, Teaching on Your Own Terms, gives you my 5-step method to get online tutoring students so that you can teach groups online, scale your income, your impact, but not your workload. If you want to grab a copy, I'm sure you can use the link down below inside of this video, pick it up, or go to teachonyourownterms.com and grab your copy today. If you liked the video as well, hit subscribe, hit like. I'll see you in the next one.